All right, if you're behind in life in the UK or wherever you are, you need to get a second job. And you need to get a first job, you need to get a second job. Now in the UK, this is a bit of a controversial topic at the moment because a lot of people are finding it hard to find jobs, especially graduates, Gen Z. But I'm talking more so part-time roles, working at a bar, doing manual labor, healthcare, um, retail. Jobs that don't really require much experience. You can pick them up and drop them part-time. You can choose your hours. Now, I don't think people understand the impact that having a second part-time job can really have on your life. If you look at the amount of disposable income people have in this country, I think most people it's like a couple £100. I wouldn't say it's any more than £300-400. Now, the reason I got my second part-time job was to get out of debt initially, which I've nearly done. But it's really allowed me to have a lot of flexibility in my life and work towards my paying my debt off a lot quicker than I had if I'd have one job. Now, this is quite interesting because in this country, we have a different approach to work. In America, people have a lot of different attitude to work out there. You see people, it's kind of normal to have one, two, three, four, five jobs, five part-time jobs. Sounds a bit much, but it's not unheard of to have more than 2, 3 jobs in America. Now they've got a different approach to work out there, but I think something we could definitely bring over to the UK. Now, I know this might be new to us, obviously, because the economy at the moment, prices of houses are going up, etc. It's not something we're used to, but if you're willing to put in the work and obviously sacrifice your time on the weekends and your evenings to increase your income for a small amount of time, 6 months to a year, 2 years, however long it takes for you to get to a place you need to, it's definitely something that I definitely advise. As someone who's been bad with their money in the past, it's really been a game changer for me. As someone who's recently got a job with a good income and now still working part-time on the weekends, my combined salary of those is really a good amount of money, a very good amount of money now, where I can save more full-time income and work on a part-time income. Now, a lot of people be opposed to this as people prioritize, friends, going out, doing activities, etc. Which I understand. I love to do those things, but I think depending what situation you're in, it's definitely worth the sacrifice and putting in the effort. If it's 6 months to a year, 2 years saving up for a house or whatever it might be, or just making sure that you're financially comfortable and stable, as I don't think most people in this country are. I don't think most people have got many savings, especially young people. For myself, I've had savings and I've spent most of them. And again, I'm just getting out of debt recently. Very soon I'm going to be out of debt. But putting in those 6 months, maybe to a year, could really set you up way beyond your peers in terms of how much you've saved and the income coming in. But it's not something people really think about in this country. I first heard Kevin Samuels talk about it, and I was watching a video where it was basically talking about if you're behind at a certain age. It was more directed at guys in their 30s. If you're behind by a certain age, you need to work more than 60 hours a week. That's what it was saying. It really hit home with me because I was in a bad financial situation. My career wasn't where it needed to be, and I was thinking, well, if I don't have a career at the moment, the best I can do is just work, basically. Stop wasting time going out drinking and doing things that are not really going to get me anywhere. And I really locked in and just spent hours working a full-time job and a part-time job. And it did get to me mentally at one point. And there is a sacrifice depending on how many hours you're working. It can get to your mental health. If you're working over 60 hours, it can take a toll on you. But it is worth it in the end. And it gives you a sense of satisfaction working the extra hours. Again, some people are struggling to get jobs in this country, which I understand. A lot of people are. But the caveat would be these are more to entry-level roles, because I'm guessing a lot of the graduates are coming out of this country at the moment. They're looking for roles which kind of pertain to the degree they've taken. Obviously, the jobs I'm talking about are jobs that, run-of-the-mill jobs, Tesco, working at a bar, working manual labor, healthcare. The thing is, a lot of people don't want to do these jobs out of fear of being judged, etc. But if you can get past that, it can put you way beyond any of your peers in terms of your spending ability, your income, the amount you have to save, and really just flexibility in life. I mean, at the moment, I've not been doing much in terms of going out. I do go out every now and then. I do nice things. I've got the money to do it now. But when you come out the other end, once you've saved the money, or you've got a good kind of balance of your full-time work and a part-time job, and you really got a plan in place for where you have your leisure and with your time to yourself, it can really, really change your life. Because really the difference, if you have a part-time role and a full-time role, it can be night and day in terms of your income. So when you look at the amount people earn monthly, you know, as salaries go up, it doesn't really change that much monthly salary. Like someone earning like, I don't know, £30,000 might be earning 2,000, or say 2,300. Someone earning 35 might be £100 more. You know, it doesn't increase that much when you look at annual salaries. But picking up a part-time job, you might be earning extra 300, 600, 900 pound a month, which can put you in, be earning as much as someone who's annually paid 50,000, 60,000, 40,000 pounds a year. So it can really set you up. So if anyone is kind of struggling out there and willing to do the work, I definitely recommend it if you're willing to do that sacrifice. And as someone who's done it now since October, I've done it in the past as well, who basically works about 60 hours a week, plus just a bit more. Not every week, but most weeks in the month. It's allowed me to really change my financial situation and really make a plan for the future. So I would recommend it to any young man out there who really wants to get ahead, set themselves up financially for the future, or maybe behind, doesn't know where the career is at. If you don't know what you're doing, get down and get 2 jobs and really just build your income up. That way, you know, you're financially stable at least until you figure out what you want to do. That's kind of how I did it. And it really worked out in my favor. I've got a really good career now, and I've got this part-time job, and it's kind of just put me beyond where most people I know are. So definitely recommend it. Any questions, anyone, just put them in the comments. I definitely would love to answer and help anyone out. But yeah, if you can do it, definitely give it a go.